Hello, friends. Shu here. So what's the topic of today? Today we'll be talking about how to avoid burnout. So if you don't know, among all the things that I do, um, I have a big focus on self-care, on stress management, stress relief, as I like to call it. I'm actually a certified compassion fatigue professional. Yes, for those of you, for all of us actually, who help others, who support others in one way or another, whether it's, family members who we take care of, whether it's, it's helping people as part of our jobs and our work and the ministry. Burnout, compassion fatigue is real. It's, that burnout that you have from doing the good thing, the right thing, right? So people, when they hear burnout, they get this, bad rap. It's like, oh no, that it's a bad thing. But you can get burnout doing the right thing. You can get burnout being a loving caregiver to your spouse, to your children, to your congregation as well. So here are just just a few suggestions, if you want, on avoiding and how to avoid burnout. The first key here that I think is really crucial is to be proactive rather than reactive. So don't wait to get to the point where you are burning out or you're burnt out in order to do something about it. By all means, when you get that point, please do take care of yourself. Please do take the break. Please reach out, for support. But don't wait until you get to that point. Trying to work in order to prevent it. Prevent getting to that point. So what systems do you need to put in place in your work, in your family, in your routine, in your daily life, in your ministry? What systems you need to put in place in order for you to prevent burnout? I think number one is being intentional about your own self care. Be intentional about what you need to stay well. Figure out if it's taking one day off a week, intentionally blocking time and not scheduling anything on that day. Or maybe it's 2 days a week, maybe it's 2 afternoons. I don't know what worked for you. But being intentional about taking that time, that break, that downtime is very important. And also, who else can support you? Because what happens to many of us, people in leadership, people in ministry, people in helping professions, is that we do these things, we come to these professions, to these roles because we care. And sometimes we care so much that we don't know how to take a break. And we care so much that we don't know how to delegate. We care so much that everything becomes, or at least feels urgent, even when it shouldn't. So I ask you the question again: what systems do you need to put in place in order to prevent burnout? Because the strategies that you do, the different activities you do for self-care, for relaxation, for including more leisure in your life, for delegating more, the strategies can be very personalized. But you need to have a system in place so that this literally runs as a well-oiled machine, if you want. Because otherwise, and there's all going to be some kinks in the way. But if you don't have a system in place, you're always going to crumble because there's no foundation for self-care. There's no foundation for wellness. It's not just self-care; it's wellness as a whole. So if you're always saying yes, 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 yes to everything, that is not healthy, and that's something you need to evaluate. Why are you always saying yes? Why is it hard to say no? Because if you're already saying yes to everything, you're going to be burnt out because you can't do it all. You cannot be everything to everyone, no matter what role you have in leadership. You cannot. In order for you to continue serving those that you serve, in order for you to continue being fully present in the roles that you have to learn to say no to certain things. So put those systems in place that helps you stay well, that helps you incorporate, be intentional about your own downtime, your own self-care, your own recreation. And yes, have fun. Play a little because all work and no play is not good. It's not good for your brain, it's not good for your body. So be intentional about that too. So don't just create downtime so you can be and checking emails at home. Like, oh yes, I'm off work, but you're checking emails on vacation and you're responding to emails. You're not giving yourself the break that you need. And then no, sometimes there's urgent matters that you need to make the decision, you need to respond to. Yes, there's time and place for that. But many of us always don't bring work with us on vacation, bring work with us, on our days off, not because it's urgent, just because we don't know how to unplug. Yes. I know I will be stepping on toes, but I know unless you have a system in place, you're going to keep crumbling. Burnout is real for all of us, especially for those of us who care for others, who take care of others in one way or another. You need to create a system. And within that system, that helps to prevent burnout, make sure you have, you set some people that can hold you accountable. People who will remind you, hey, you're on vacation, do not bring the second cell phone with you. Don't even bring your laptop from work with you. Whatever it is that you need to do, make sure you have others. So you're sharing your plan, the system that you're creating, your plan for burnout prevention per se, that you are sharing that with people who care about you, who know you well, and who can hold you accountable. We all need those reminders, myself included. But be kind to yourself. Yes, the world needs you, your family, your work, your ministry, your organization needs you. So if you don't take care of yourself, if you're not intentional about reducing burnout, you will not live long to always be here for for this, for all the good work that you do. And not to scare anyone, but yes, all of us will have a day, our last day on earth, and that's not the point I'm trying to make. The point is, while you're on earth, are you living well enough that you can be fully present for all that you're doing? Or are you so stressed out, so overwhelmed, so burnt out that you can't focus, that you can't enjoy what you're doing anymore, and you're just kind of going through the motions because you're there and that's the work that you have to do? That's not a way to live either. Some of us are already, maybe you're listening to this, you're already burnt out, but because there's no system in place for you to, you know, find a way to release some of that stress and release some of that overwhelm and find rest and find peace and create more, intentional relaxation time for you, then you push until you crumble. Your health will crumble. Your relationships will get impacted when you're burnt out. The same things for which you feel like you can't walk away from, when you're burnt out, you cannot do those things effectively. Your performance will suffer. So the same thing for which you're trying to stay strong and you're trying to push through will sadly be negatively impacted by your lack of burnout prevention, if you want. So my challenge to you today: what's at least one thing that you can do on a regular basis in order to prevent burnout? Because remember, it's not what you do once that really matter. It's good to take one day off. It's good to send one email and say, hey, I'm going to delegate this to you. But what really matters is what you do often. What really creates the change and transformation and makes the difference in what you do over and over and over and over again. So my challenge to you: what can you do often? Pick one thing. This is not to overwhelm you. Start with one thing that you can commit to that will help you start preventing burnout in your life. As always, share in the comment, because as we all share, we all learn, and as we all learn, we all grow. I want to learn from you as well. So share in the comment, inspire someone, you will inspire someone else, including myself. All right. Thank you.